You want to see how we do it in the pros?
Changing your swing is about repetition without repetition. You don't just hit 500 balls with this thing and change your swing. You also don't just hit 500 balls without a thought.
Welcome to Earned Not Given.
So I think it's important for us, right? Sometimes we just sit here and we talk about the sport and we talk about the best players in the world and we talk about what it takes to win major championships. But yesterday was one of my favorite days coaching in a really, really long time. We had a young player here who's spending this season getting ready to play collegiate golf. And like any player, they go through their ups and downs with passion, with energy, with excitement. And yesterday was one of those kind of low days. And we decided to throw on a little Teddy Swims. We started singing in here. We started dancing in here. We started creating an environment that allowed the player, right, as Teddy's song says, to lose control. And I think that's really important when you're aspiring to get to the next level, whether it's in your current job or it's in your current hobby or it's in the game of golf. One of the most important things that you can do to get better is reconnect with your passion and your love for what you do. And yesterday was just an amazing day for me to remember the reason why I coach isn't to put trophies on the wall or to see my players' bank accounts increase or to see them get that college scholarship. A lot of times it's just the smile. It's just allowing them to remember that they have someone that sees them and can reconnect them to that passion that they have.
Yeah, I think something that gets lost in not just golf, but all of these sports where kids go to academies or they're going to get private instruction, and it's this very I don't know how to say it, but almost like rigorous like day every day for them. They're going to school, they're training. It's like sometimes they almost forget to be a kid and forget to have fun and forget to do that. And being here yesterday during that lesson to see not just the student have fun, but you have fun. I was having fun. Like, that's what I think you're about. That's what I'm about. I think that's what this academy is about. And I think that's kind of what, not just golf. I think all sports sometimes miss out on that. You know, I played a lot of sports as a kid. I played a lot of baseball. At one point at 10, I think we started playing 7 days a week. And the one thing that I always tried to do was make sure I was having fun. And that's a big credit to me having, great parents, to having a great older brother, to having a great cousin who I got to play with, a great uncle who coached me. I think that's something that people miss is that, the end goal is to I guess the end goal is different for everybody, but for most people that's come through here, it's to go play college golf. But the current goal should be to enjoy and have fun. And that's how I try to live life. That's how I try to do stuff, like making videos and stuff and doing what I do is not always the easiest, but I love it. And sometimes I have to do different things to make sure that I'm having fun still and enjoying it, doing the podcast, working on the stuff I'm working on with Ryan. Like, that's fun for me. And sometimes you have to do that. And sometimes you have to lose control a little bit to gain control, which is what you were talking about yesterday. I thought that lesson was awesome. And I like seeing when you get into that mode coaching because that's when I think you're at your best. After being around you for the last couple of months and really seeing how you coach, yesterday was like, I think, peak Zach.
Yeah, and I think we all have those days, right, where we wake up at 42 now. I wake up some days a little sore. Some days I'm a little ornery, as my wife might say, right? But really when you start to think about what you get to do every day, I have the greatest job in the world. Every day I get to inspire someone to be 1% better than they were when they arrived. And that's what I try and do, whether it's the amount that I'm reading or the amount that I'm studying or the amount that I'm being mindful with my life. I really want to pass that on to the student. And I think sometimes in this current world of social media and everything at your fingertips, we forget some of the best ways to reconnect is to disconnect. And yesterday, dancing around in here, and my daughter will tell you I'm a horrible singer, but a couple nights a week we try and do like a karaoke in the house, and we just try and have fun, because if you can't remember how to have fun, it's really going to be hard to have that sustainability of drive, right? And the end goal for me is not to be acknowledged as the best coach in the world. The end goal for me is to be the best human that I can be, and to inspire whoever's in front of me, whether it's yesterday it was Nikki, if tomorrow it's a tour player, and the next day it's, some amateur golfer who just wants to take that power fade and turn it into a push draw. It's fun. But I just employ all of you while you listen to this podcast, and we talk a lot about professional golf. When we think about recreational golf, just think of the word itself, right? It's what you're doing to enjoy. It's what you're doing as a hobby, right? I spoke to these ladies that were in town last weekend, and I asked them, hey, what's your favorite hole on your home course? And one of the ladies, who was like 80 years old, she said to me, there's this one hole at our course that is the most beautiful hole on our entire course. And for 10 years, I didn't even enjoy the vista because I was so focused on how it was the most difficult hole. So I encourage all of you, no matter where you are in your career or where you are in your life, to make sure that you stop and enjoy the vista, because the ultimate goal isn't to get to the destination. The ultimate goal is who you become on the journey to that destination. So remember, have a little fun. If you need to throw a little Teddy Swims on there and dance around and lose control, great. If you need to put on some music when you practice, if you need to put on an outfit that makes you feel like you're a tour player, or if you need to remember that you're a kid and act like a kid at times, I just think that where we are in the world today, right, the current climate of what's going on, whether it's in sports or it's in politics or it's in whatever, remember, you can only control you. So try and control your own personal environment a little bit more.
Yeah, I think something I've been doing, I'm surrounded by good golfers, surrounded by good golf coaches. I'm still a recreational golfer. I go out and try to have fun. Something I've been doing the last couple of months is I just don't keep score when I go out. I go out and I know shots I've been struggling with, and I just try to hit them. And when I hit them okay, I'm happy with it. And if I don't, it's like, okay, I still need to work on that. I think sometimes recreational golfers go out and they make it their Augusta. And you're only playing once every week, once every couple of weeks, once every couple of months. Just go out and have fun. I just think sometimes as mid-high handicappers, people picking up their clubs for the first time, you think you're going to go out there and you're going to hit it like you see it on TV, and it's just not realistic. And I think the way to enjoy golf is go out there. What does your favorite player wear? My favorite player is Ricky. Wear Puma. Go get Cobra clubs if that's what you want to do. If that's going to make you happy when you're out there, go do it. Because I think for the majority of golfers out there, they're just going out to have a good time with their buddies or get away for a little bit and go, decompress. And if you're out there and you're so worried about your score and how you're hitting it, you're not really decompressing. You're not really out there having fun. You're taken away from what should be fun time for you. So that's things that I've been trying to do in my own game, is just go out and feel like a certain golfer that I've been watching. Like, this is what I want to feel like. And you've seen my swing. I don't look like any of them. But
you look like you, right? And I think it's important that everyone realizes whatever it is, right? My daughter is good at wake surfing, right? And as a family, we make that a priority to give her an opportunity to practice and to get better. But we also have specific times where we just put on music on the boat and she acts like she did when she was 7, and she just dances, and we enjoy and we inspire. And you know what? I know everyone listening to this thinks this is cliche or something that I'm just saying, but my daughter surfs the best when she's dancing. My daughter surfs the best when she's having fun. It's not about learning a new trick or perfecting your golf swing. A lot of times, if you want to get better at something, you need to have more fun. And there's a million books that you can read. There's a million things that you can do. But I just felt obligated as a part of this podcast, as more and more people start to tune in, that I don't want this just to be a thing where all we talk about is results. Yeah. Because trophies are cool, but ultimately trophies collect dust. The thing that never goes away is memories. And whether that's a memory that you make at an event or that's a memory that you make in practice, if you really want to become amazing at something, really have fun doing it.
Yeah. I around these kids, I have buddies that are pursuing it that I'm around, and the thing I see the most is when they're hitting it bad, they're just down on every shot, and it lingers into the next and into the next and into the next, and it's like, man, I'm not having fun. It's like, no shit, you're not having fun. Yeah. Like, you're so down on yourself on every single shot. Like, lighten up a little bit. And then the thing that I really have been trying to do is, for me and for a lot of my buddies, we have a golf trip, right? That's the 1 week where it matters for us. Golf doesn't matter outside of that week. What we shoot doesn't matter. So for me, when I'm out here on Watson or Palmer or Nicklaus, who cares what I shoot, because it doesn't matter. I think if a lot more golfers would get in that mindset of like, the score doesn't really matter. It's not putting more money in your bank account. It's not, you know what I mean? You're not losing money. You losing to your buddy on 18. It's not like Scotty Scheffler missing that 7-footer at Houston. We're talking about different types of money. You're buying the guy Chipotle. Scotty missed out on a couple million. Like, it's not life or death. It's not just go out and have fun and enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's why you see certain players thrive and certain players struggle. It's why you see certain people excel in their careers and other people not excel, whether that's in golf or it's in business or it's in wake surfing like my daughter. I just hope that everybody can understand whatever that hobby or sport or career that you have, that's not what defines you. Who you are and how you make people feel and the way that you enjoy this life is so important. We get one shot at this life, and when the lights go out, I just hope that all of you played all out and you remembered to enjoy the entire experience, the highs, the lows. Julian was on here the other day, and he said one of the best things that ever happened to him is in his entire career was to miss the cut at Puerto Rico. The best thing that ever happened to me as a dad was maybe when my daughter looked at me and said, hey, I don't want to play soccer anymore. And I had to figure out, okay, what was the reason? And then that helped me be a better dad in different aspects. So whether you're a parent or you're an athlete or you're a business owner, I think just to remember at the core of whatever you do needs to be not about the profit and loss or about the wins and the losses, but it needs to be about how do you make people feel. And for me, dancing around, listening to Teddy Swims the other day, there is no doubt that I left that lesson feeling better. I know everyone that had the opportunity to be in this bay left it feeling better. So I just employ all of you guys. If you need a song to get you there, then maybe go listen to Teddy Swims, because you gotta lose control. You gotta lose control of that desire to achieve and understand that as soon as you let go of that desire to achieve or that obsession with achieving, the results take care of themselves when you take care of yourself.
Yeah. I've always, in my professional career with video and stuff, I've lived by the saying of work hard and be a good person. And I feel like if you do those two things, whatever your goals are or wherever you're trying to get in that career, or if maybe it's on the golf course, I truly believe you can achieve that if you do those two things. And I think sometimes, like, in this process of working hard and trying to be a good person, I've tried to sprinkle in like being fun and making sure that like you have fun when I'm around you, making sure that Chris has fun when I'm around, and making sure that Ben Clark during his putting lesson I'm there, and I'm not adding anything like I can't help the guy putt better, but I can be fun when I'm around and make the people feel good. And that's kind of what I try to do. And I think when we're talking about having fun on the golf course or having fun and letting loose anywhere, no matter how good or bad you are at something, you can always choose to be a good person and be a good person to be around. And I think that's what I would say on this more emotional and deep podcast for me and you. I would say just work hard, be a good person, because those are things you can control.
Well, we hope we inspired you guys in this little chat. Not sure how often we're going to get deep, but it just felt like we needed to today. And I'm grateful for you for always making me feel more engaged and remembering that at the core of what I want to do is have fun and enjoy life. If this podcast becomes something amazing or it doesn't, that's irrelevant, because I know I'm going to get the opportunity to share my passion with everybody that tunes in. But most importantly, I'm doing it for me. So whatever you're doing today, do it for you. Have fun. And remember, energy is infectious. You can either be the energy vampire, or you can be that person that changes someone's entire trajectory of their day just by the way that you carry yourself. So let's have fun. Let's lose control.
You want to see how we do it in the pros?
Changing your swing is about repetition without repetition. You don't just hit 500 balls with this thing and change your swing. You also don't just hit 500 balls without a thought.
Welcome to Earned Not Given.